Good afternoon. We are live, coming to you from Acumen Stadium on the campus of St. Clair College here in Windsor, Ontario. The playoffs are upon us. The winner moves on, the loser goes home. Hello, everybody. My name is Dan Dominguez, and I, along with the We Digital crew, will have all the action from the pitch as the Lancers from Loyallist College are in town to take on the St. Clair Saints in OCAA Women's Playoff Soccer. Referees and captains are on the field. We're going to take a look at the starting lineup for you. The Loyallist College, the Lancers coming down from Belleville. The starting keeper is Emily Mealing out of Coburg. They'll have Ada Beal, Ava Anderson, Kaylee Weingarten, Castleman, Lauren Reed, Katie Hazelwood, Shaylin McNutt, Jennifer Keller, Maddie Burns, and Gabrielle Denis Bertrand. And the St. Clair Saints, they're led by OCAA Coach of the Year, multi-time Steve Vanini. Their starting keeper is going to be Scotty Fick. She's out of Bell River. And their starting is Natalie Kersey, Sierra Lapos, Victoria Walsh, Talia Liberty, Jessica Dahl, Alicia Olivito, Allie Tails, Brianna Kinsley-Clough, usually wearing the captain's armband, Lily Jazz, and Leah Burrell to round up the starting 11 for the St. Clair Saints. We got time to take a look at the standings if we have them there. So the standings in the West Division, St. Clair Saints were the top of the heap, 7-0-3. They finished with 24 points, a 3-0-2 home record. And you look at down at that number 5 seed, Conestoga is 4-5-1. We'll talk about Conestoga a little bit later. And then let's take a look at the East standings. The East standings, top of the heap was Seneca College, 10-0. Fourth place, we're going to jump down to Durham. They're 6-4. And then there's Loyalist. They're in town today, 2-5-3. The only two victories Loyalist had this season were against George Brown and Fleming that you see there on the bottom of the table. So we're getting ready to kick things off here. The Saints are going to be in all white. And then the purple from the Loyalist College, as the Lancers are going to be going from left to right across your screen. Mostly sunny day, 17 degrees. No humidity. Not much wind out there, so beautiful playing conditions for both teams here on Wednesday evening. First round of the playoffs here in the OCAA women's side. We'll have the men's game shortly after this one's over, just after 7 o'clock tonight. All the games brought to you here on We Digital, and we're underway. First possession goes to the Lancers. Stolen quickly by Walsh. Walsh goes around one. Walsh gets a shot off right into the midsection of the keeper. So right away, the Saints get a shot on net. As we're hearing the horn, they're having some issues with the score clock today. So we'll try and keep you updated on the time clock. Saints have it. Goes outside to Kersey. Kersey coming off a hat trick in the last regular season game of the season. She gets around one, right near the line. Oh, just crosses the goal line. So past the boundary line, that's going to be a goal kick. That's Emily Mealing wearing 00. She was listed as 16. She's a two-way player. Wears 16 when she's in the forward 10 positions. But as a keeper, she wears the zeros. 5'6" out of Coburg Collegiate. The only fifth-year player on this team. The rest of the team, as that one goes past the boundary line, 19 first- and second-year players for this Loyalist squad. So Leah Burrell just walks through to the vendors, up to Vicky Walsh. Vicky Walsh had 9 goals on the season. Olivito intercepts. Those 9 goals were good enough for 6 in the OCAA. Be another goal kick. Vicky Walsh, as we saw in the last home game, is now the all-time goal scorer in St. Clair women's history for soccer. Loyal's trying to get possession. They finally get one towards midfield. They send a ball wide. That's Reed trying to get around the edge. Dahl defends. And Dahl is able to take it away from Reed. And the Saints have it. Gets pushed up to Tails, midfield. They see Vicky Walsh. They send Walsh. Walsh sprints past the defender. No one's going to catch her. She's one-on-one with the keeper. Pass across, and oh, beautiful save. Diving across the crease. Mealing able to get her shins on the ball. And Liberty couldn't put it home. So the speed is obviously a big factor here today. That right side with Walsh and Kersey is going to be a factor here in this one, as we've noticed that early already. So there you see the keeper again, Emily Mealing. I was watching the pregame workouts, and they gave her a full workout pre-match here today. That one goes past the boundary line far side. Mealing didn't play their most minutes. She only played 270 minutes, which was second on the team, but had a better goals against average, a 133 goals against average in those 3 games that she played. 40 saves, gave up 4 goals, so was a really strong keeper for the Lancers. Tails has it midway. Throws it up to Kersey. Kersey just sprints around the edge. Tries to get the corner. Centering ball. Oh, that's going to be... Oh, she missed a wide open net. She didn't have to kick it as a one-timer. She could have just tapped that home, but went for the big boot. A mistake from Liberty. The Saints almost had 2 goals already, and neither one could get past Mealing. But Liberty, if she would have just kind of caught that ball on her foot and just pushed it home, had a full wide open net, but tried to get the one-timer and shot it wide. So a bit of a mistake. The Saints already trying to attack again as Kersey's all over the defender. Oliveto steals at midfield, and she's going to go all the way back. And there's Kinsley Clough wearing the armband. And that's the first we've seen of Scotty Fick now. Scotty Fick's out of Bell River. This one pushed forward by Oliveto. That's Tails and Jazz. And here's Sierra Lapos. She's got the big boot. Sends it up to Liberty. Liberty sprinting up. And that's nice play by the defender to let that just cross the boundary line. That was Reed coming back. Reed's out of Napanee. Another one of those first-year players for Coach Tom Moran. Coach Moran in his 4th year with Loyalist. It's going to be a throw-in on the near side for the Lancers. That's Ada Beal, sorry. This one's booted back. Saints are first ones there. They're going to have to go all the way back to Fick. Fick's just going to hold it while the Saints regroup defensively. Got Burrell on the near side. They tried the long ball, but that's intercepted. And this time the Saints are going to try the far side. They seem to have more luck on that far side with the speed of Kersey. And here comes Kersey again. She got Tails with her. Trying to sneak that one in. And this one's going to get all the way to the keeper. And Mealing's been busy so far. As we mentioned in the pregame, they gave Mealing a pretty good workout, and I think the Saints are going to do the same here. As this one gets booted, and that's right to head coach Steve Vanini. Coach Vanini in his 8th season with the Saints. Multi-time OCAA Coach of the Year. High hopes for his team here as they have a veteran squad. Lots of 3rd-year players on this team. Here comes Kersey around the edge. Got Tails and Walsh. She gets pulled down. This one's still loose. They're going to play on. That one just crosses the boundary, and that's going to be points to the corner, a corner kick. So Lapos should head over there for the corner. So you see Kersey coming around the edge. Again, coming off a hat trick at Conestoga the other day. Here comes Lapos. Kicked right in. That's going to go all the way back. That looks like Dahl now. That's the first we've seen of Jess Dahl. Left foot centering ball. Liberty's there. And there's Jazz. Oh, they got Walsh. Look out. Walsh just can't get her right boot on it. That's going to be another corner for the Saints. So the Saints have been strong coming down the stretch. Since September 20th, that's a total of 470 minutes. They've only given up 1 goal. So the defense has been strong. Only 5 goals giving up all season by the Saints. This one gets in. That one's just over the keeper's head. But the Lancers are able to temporarily clear it. But here comes Olivito. Olivito looking for a centering ball. And the Lancers look like they're going to escape again. The Saints average 20 shots a match, where Loyalist only is able to get 8 shots per match in their 10 games. Here's Olivito. She's got Tails on her right. Centering ball. Oh, Tails was there. Jazz got a weak shot on towards the goal, but Mealing was able to handle it. Only 10 goals for on the season for Loyalist. They gave up 32, just a little over 3 goals per match. They haven't got anything towards Fick so far today. The Saints trying to rebound from last season's playoffs, where they lost a 1-0 match to Sheridan in the first round. There was no crossover in last year's playoffs. This year they've gone back to the crossover in the first round between the East and the West. Dahl pushes it far side to Kersey. She's got Tails trying to send her in. Tails sprinting to try and catch up with that one. She's going to be unable to do so. And that's going to be another goal kick for Mealing. Intercepted off the goal kick by Kersey. She's got it on her left boot. Sends in Tails. The keeper comes sliding out of the net. Mealing staying busy as she punts it to midfield. That one bounces past Burrell, but she's able to recover and get it back to Kinsley Clough. Kinsley Clough wearing the captain's armband. That one gets past the forward of the Lancers. Saints have it midfield. Sends a long ball in. Walsh, oh, look at Walsh just put the Jets on and blow by the 2 purple jerseys. She's got Liberty in the middle. And now Tails. Tails steps around, gets the right boot. She scores! Allie Tails from Vicky Walsh. Tic-tac-toe from the Saints. And they lead 1-0. So St. Clair has been dominating this whole match so far. And they now lead 1-0. Okay. So a goal in the 10th minute from Allie Tails. And the Saints are on the board, 1-0. This is the deepest the Lancers have been in the Saints territory. The Saints take it away from the throw, and they bring it up to the goal scorer, Tails. Allie Tails, she had 4 goals during the regular season, her first playoff goal. And here's Liberty. Liberty steps around one defender and gets it to the middle. Past Lapos, but it reaches Tails again. Far side, Lapos battles. The Lancers come away with it. That looked like Kaylee Weingarten. Weingarten, one of their top goal scorers. They had 4 different players with 2 goals on the season, the Lancers did. Weingarten, Hazelwood, Keller, and Denis Bertrand. Oh, nice little play by Kersey. And here comes Kersey, trying to keep the defender on her hip, but loses possession. As there's a player getting up slowly for the Lancers. This ball is sent up, but it looks like Burrell is going to be able to boot that one towards the Saints bench. And there'll be a throw-in for the Lancers. Looking for the big throw. The Lancers toss it in. It's going to be another throw. We're going to have our first substitution of the match. That looks like Aaliyah Marriott coming into the match, 5'6" out of Coburg, second-year player. Number 4 coming out is Ava Anderson. And then Saints also having a substitution. That's Liberty coming out. That looks like that could be Lily Collins coming in. She's had some injuries down the stretch, dealing some foot injuries, and not playing too many minutes down the last few matches. They're going to need her veteran leadership on the back end for the Saints if they look to make a playoff run here this year. They try and send one in to Dahl. Dahl comes near side, nobody with her, so she should be able to do something on the near side. She's got Vicky coming in on the left, a nice little pass to Vicky. Wall centering ball, short side. Tails was there in case the keeper, Mealing, was unable to handle it. But Mealing, busy once again, was able to scoop that one up before Tails could knock it home. Olivito steals the pass. Has 3 defenders around her, pushes one up to Tails. Tails scored back in the 10th. Centering ball to Walsh. Big boot coming from Lapos, and she just goes up and over the bar. As Lapos gets a running start on that one. But able to keep control of it and pushes it high. So it's been all Saints here in the first half. You can just see the speed of the St. Clair Saints. Pretty much getting around the defenders almost at will, but Emily Mealing doing a good job between the pipes. Centering ball. Kersey's there, right foot. Oh, Jawl was almost there on the doorstep, but couldn't get the boot on it. And it's going to be another goal kick. Dahl was trying to anticipate that quick goal kick and steal that one. And she might even do that. Oh, it just sails over her head. Jazz gets knocked down. That's going to be a foul. That was number 5, Kaylee Weingarten. 5'6" from Carrying Place. Quinty Christian High School, a second-year player. As Jazz is a little bit slow to get up after that collision. Looks like she might need some assistance from the trainer. Nobody moving yet. So she's just redoing her cleat, it looks like. So the Saints lead this one 1-0. It's been all St. Clair here so far. Lapos about to take the free kick. No purple jerseys anywhere near. That ball's headed towards the goal. That was Walsh. Walsh just pushes her man off and boots it home, and Vicky Walsh easily scores the second goal for the St. Clair Saints. Vicky Walsh just muscled her way into that one. And in the 15th minute, the Saints are up 2-0. Vicky Walsh getting that centering ball from Lapos off the free kick. Was just able to muscle her way after the ball got headed a couple times. And she just sent one in the top corner, and the Saints lead quickly 2-0, and it's been all St. Clair here this afternoon. Leah Burrell pushes it up to Natalie Kersey. Kersey pushes it up to herself. She's got Tails on her left. Kersey trying to get around the edge, centering ball. That's Lily Jazz. And the Lancers just try and get rid of it, but there's Lily Collins kind of pinching up for the Saints. Kersey gets by her defender and pushes it back to Collins. And Collins is going to regroup on the near side with Burrell. Collins trying to get back into some playing shape as she's been not playing a lot of minutes. Out of Holy Names, a third-year player. Two-sport athlete, also a member of the women's basketball team. Centering ball, and that one's just off the boot of the defender, and that's going to be a corner for the Saints as Lapos is going to go chase that one. So another corner for the Saints. It's been all St. Clair. Tails in the 10th, Walsh in the 15th. They missed a couple other opportunities. It could have been already 3 or 4. Emily Mealing doing a good job so far in the net. This one's booted off a defender. And the Lancers are able to escape the pressure for now. They lose possession of that one. That's going to go past the boundary, and that's going to be a Saints throw. The throw skips through, so a little bit of trouble. Kinsley Clough has to hustle back. That's Keller. Keller's got Kinsley Clough on her defensively, and the Saints now get back as Collins is there and so is Burrell. They're going to get a, oh, that one's head towards, but Oliveto was able to block. And now Vicky Walsh. So all of that coming from just a miscommunication on the throw-in. It just skipped past Kinsley Clough, leading to the first opportunity for the Lancers. But here comes the speed of Walsh, 2-on-1. Got Tails on her left, on her right. Goes short side. Vicky Walsh puts it in short side, and the Saints score again. Vicky Walsh, her second of the first half. And the Saints lead 3-0. So in the 18th minute, the Saints lead this one 3-0. And this one slowly turning into a laugher, as it's been all St. Clair. This is the 1 seed versus the 8 seed in the East. One from the West, the Saints, who haven't lost this year. A 7-0-3 record, just 3 draws on their ledger. They've had 6 shutouts on the season, the Saints have. So definitely a strong defensive team, as we mentioned, only 5. Here comes Tails, offside flag is up. Only 5 goals given up in 10 games this season for the Saints. Looking for another clean sheet here today. So the Loyalists will have this one on the free kick after the Tails went in a little bit too soon on the offside. They boot this one to midfield, but nice footwork by Lapos. She falls, but quickly defends, and now Tails steals it away. Here come the Saints again. Centering ball, Walsh. Walsh trying to control. Gives it up to Jazz. Jessica Dahl now is up there. Here comes Vicky Walsh. And just shoots it wide. Vicky Walsh almost with the first half hat trick. Just a matter of time for that, I would imagine, for Vicky. Another goal kick for Mealing, as Mealing doesn't know what hit her. Can't really blame it on Emily Mealing. She's been, feels like, against the world here against the Saints, as they've been all over her. This one gets deflected towards the goal. And that crosses the boundary line. And it's going to be a goal kick. Just a veteran team of the St. Clair Saints with most of their team third-year players, a number of second-year players, all key contributors to this team. In comparison to the very young Loyalist Lancer team, 19 first and second-year players and only the veteran keeper in Emily Mealing. That one skips past the Lancer forward. That was Aaliyah Marriott, and that's going to be a throw-in for the Saints. Oliveto looks to throw, goes long. Nice throw, and now has Dahl. Tails pushed it out, but that's offside, as the flag is raised on the far side. Loyalist has, that's Maddie Burns getting ready to put this one back in. 5'6", another Coburg collegiate product. That one goes over the head of the Lancers player right to Oliveto. But the Lancers are able to come away for now. But just pushed off the ball again by Walsh. Walsh just going to sprint around. Got it on her left foot. Looks short side again, but no angle there for Walsh. Had Tails in the middle of the, in front of the net, but tough angle. And another goal kick for Mealing. Sends it in towards Jazz. Jazz has it. And now working with Oliveto. Oh, Tails tried to tip it outside to Kersey. Kersey might get it to it anyway, but that's going to result in a corner, it looks like. as Sierra Lapos is going to jog over there to take the corner. So we're about halfway through the first half. Saints lead 3-0. Goals in the 10th, 15th, and 18th minutes. And to be honest, probably could be even 4 or 5 by now. Left boot right into the midsection of the keeper. And Loyalist keeper is able to boot it away. Nice boot to midfield. Lily Collins heads it. The Lancer player tries. That was Aaliyah Marriott, but she loses it and sprinted around. That's Burrell. Burrell's got a lot of space. Got Dahl on the left side. Just tried to push it up to Dahl. Nice defended play by Ada Beal. Lapo sends it in. Kersey's in. Kersey, oh, beautiful save by Mealing. Kersey wins short side. And if not for Mealing, this game would be even more lopsided. Here's Dahl all by herself on the left side, but the flag is up. Dahl just sneaks in before the defender on the offside. Looks like we're going to have a substitution at midfield. The Lancers have a sub ready to come in. It looks like Ada Beal coming off the pitch. And I believe that's 12, Haley Robinson, coming in. So the first we've seen of Robinson. So that's wearing number 10. They actually don't have a 10 on their roster sheet. That's McNutt trying to send it to midfield. Burrell has it near side. Now cuts it back towards the middle and goes right side towards Kersey. All the way back to Collins. Nice touch to the outside from Lapos. And the Saints basically working on some stuff now, just trying to keep those passes crisp, as they know they're going to be facing stiffer competition as the playoffs move on. This one's stolen away by the Lancers. Burrell hustling back. That's Weingarten. Weingarten pushes it outside to Marriott. Marriott has Olivito all over, and Olivito just takes it away from her and sends it all the way back. Stolen away by Jazz. They come near side. Look at Olivito jump the pass and skip over the defender. And here come the Saints again. Push up to Dahl. She stays onside this time. Dahl has it down the left side. Centering ball to Tails. Tails is able to long legs stretch out. Kersey towards the net. Just wide. And you see the long legs of Allie Tails. 5'9" out of St. Thomas. First-year player, Parkside Secondary School. Had 4 regular season goals and scored a playoff goal here back in the 10th minute to open up the scoring. Her height giving the Saints another opportunity to score. So we're about 25 minutes into this one. And it's been all St. Clair. They lead 3-0. Goals by Tails and a pair by Walsh. Burrell just muscles to Loyalist player. That was Marriott hitting the turf. Just a little overmatched here today. Here comes Dahl. Race for the ball. And the Lancers able to come away with it. That's a nice play. That's Castleman. Castleman 5'5" out of Trenton. East Northumberland secondary. Here comes Walsh again on the short side. Tries a centering ball over the Tails, but able to block it was Mealing. Walsh had Tails all alone, but the keeper was able to keep that one from getting behind her as we have another substitution midfield. That's Maddie Burns coming off the pitch. As the Saints are going to set up for a corner as the substitute comes on. Campos gets everyone in position before teeing up this corner. Sends a high ball towards the goal. Through the keeper's hands. Olivito's there. That ball's in the back of the net. The Saints, I can't tell who got that one. Looks like they're congratulating Olivito for that one. So it looks like, yep, it's going to be Olivito with the goal in about the 28th minute. Olivito puts the Saints up 4-0. Olivito had 3 in the regular season, now puts her first playoff goal of the season. And to be honest, I talked to Coach Vanini before the match, and actually the word he expected from his team today, the word he used was dominance, and that's what it's been so far. He says he expected dominance from his team. And that's exactly what the Saints have given us through the first 28 minutes. A 4-0 lead that probably could be 5 or 6 by now. The Saints looking to exact some revenge from last year's disappointment in the playoffs, losing in the first round. Dahl tries to send Walsh up just a little bit past everybody. That crosses the goal line. That's going to be a goal kick for Mealing. We'll talk about the Saints. It's their second round matchup, assuming they can keep going. We'll keep an eye on it. It's not till Durham and Conestoga don't kick off, I believe, till about 6 o'clock. So we might have a bit of an update before we go off the air here in this one. That's the 4-5 seed. Durham was the 4 seed in the East. That's why we mentioned them in the first game. And they'll be taking on Conestoga. Conestoga was 4-5-1, the 5 seed in the West. So the Saints, assuming they can hold on to this one and finish off the Loyalist Lancers, they'll move on to the quarterfinals and play one of those 2 teams. And if all things go well for the Saints and they can come away next week, there's a chance the Saints will be hosting the Final Four right here at Acumen. Here come the Saints again. Kersey all alone. Kersey just couldn't push it back. Another outstanding play by Mealing. Mealing, they're going to have to give her a little bit extra today. They've not been supporting her keeper very much today. It has to be double-digit shots already by the Saints. Quick in, throw in, as Tails is there. Big boot towards Walsh. Walsh heads it. Far side, just a little bit wide of the bar of the post. And we're going to have another substitution on the far side. So that looks like Kersey coming off the pitch. That could be Dabus. Let's see if that's 23. It looks like Maddie Dabus. So Dabus is 5'4" out of London. St. Andrew Bessett, one of the first-year players. So Coach Vanini's starting to get some of the players some minutes in this one. I'm sure we'll see that as this match progresses. You might see a few of the players you didn't see too much of during the regular season get into this one. Olivito is going to push it all the way back to the captain, Kinsley Clough. Burrell near side. Soft ball up to Walsh. Walsh with a big boot centering ball. Tails is able to tip it wide, but Dabus unable to reach it. And that's into the bench, and that's going to be a throw-in. So throwing it in, that's 13. That's Shaylin McNutt, 5'4", out of Belleville, St. Teresa Catholic Secondary School. Olivito muscles the Lancer player off the ball and sends it up to Walsh in the middle. Walsh puts a little left boot. Tails is trying to run in. Tails, just pushes it wide. A beautiful pass. That was actually Jazz on the pass, I think. And again, All Saints. That looks like another substitution if she gets in time. That looks like Ingram. Cadence Ingram will be the next substitution for the Saints, as Allie Tails is going to come off, I would imagine, for the rest of the first half. You should see some of the starters early in the second half as well. We're in about the 32nd minute of the first half. as Mealing puts the left boot on it. Dabus, and there's Ingram. Ingram's in her second year. As they get pushed off the balls, Walsh is there, but the Lancers are able to control. So the Lancers looking for some positivity here, trying to get past midfield, but taken away by Dabus. They've only really had the one opportunity today, and that came after a mistake from the Saints as the throw-in skipped past Kinsley Clough, leading to a chance by the Loyalist Lancers, but the defense was able to get back enough to prevent anything from getting towards Scotty Fick. Scotty Fick's been lonely over there in the Saints goal area today. As Kinsley Clough is down, and she might actually get a piece of it. And there's Scotty Fick finally getting a little bit of work in the neon yellow goal outfit for the Saints. That one skips past the defender towards the line, pushed off. That's a quick throw in for the Saints. They're calling it into Peck. Kate Peck also in the matchup. Peck's out of Oxford, Michigan. Nice footwork from Peck to get around defender. Centering ball, headed Ingram, just wide of the post. Saints still control with Oliveto all the way back. Burrell steps around one defender and then pushes it out wide to Oliveto. Oliveto can't quite get a centering ball to that, and that's going to be a goal kick for Mealing. So defended nicely that time by the Lancers. That looked like 11 Marriott with the defensive play for the Lancers. This ball gets headed by Dahl. And again, Oliveto, like a magnet to the ball, is able to come away with that one. Nice pass from Ingram. Ingram was trying to send Kate Peck up the middle. They go all the way back to Collins. Collins pushes one in, but that's going to be too far, I believe. Nice hustle on the far side by Dabus, and Dabus throws a little shoulder in there. But that's going to be a goal kick. In about the 35th minute. Again, it's been all St. Clair. 4-0. Goals in the 10th, 15th, 18th, and 28th minute. They send a ball all the way back to the keeper. Fick sends it outside. And this one gets pushed ahead. And there's Dabus racing for it. That gets deflected off the defender into the Loyalist bench. Dabus throws it in quickly again. Ingram trying to get past the defender. And she comes away with it, but she's going to get a foul called on her. She shoved the defender out of the way to get to that ball. The Saints have been faster, stronger, more aggressive. It's been all St. Clair in this one. About 10 minutes to go in the first half. So we do have a substitution on the far side for the Lancers. Looks like Aiden Murphy, number 7, 4'11", out of Rockland District. First-year player. Her first action on the pitch in this match. Gets thrown in quickly to Lapos. And the Saints are going to regroup on the back line as they go all the way back to Fick. Fick well out of her net. Over to Collins, and now Lapos. So good defense work by the Lancers, not letting them get right through. The Saints had to go back to the keeper and regroup. This time they do the long ball. Everybody's onside. Far side is Dabus trying to get around the edge. Got Dahl and Ingram in the middle, and there's Walsh. Left boot to her knees with a save and pounces on it before Vicky Walsh could put it in. Again, Emily Mealing doing a great job as the keeper here today for the Loyalist Lancers, not even the keeper that's played the most minutes for them. That was Whitney, Tressa Whitney. But in this playoff matchup, Coach Moran going with the experienced fifth-year player. Here comes Oliveto. Oliveto gets taken down on a nice slide tackle. That looked like Lauren Reed coming in. And the Saints still have possession. There's going to be another. That looks like Dahl coming off the pitch. And that looks like Bremner getting ready to come in. Addison Bremner. 5-footer out of St. Catharines. Saint Jean de Brebeuf. First-year player. Bremner's been looking for that first goal. We see her kind of sneak up into the action in a number of matches late in the season. Still looking for that first OCAA goal. Here's Walsh. Loyalist trying to get this one to midfield. That's Gabrielle Denis Bertrand. Getting it to midfield, but the Saints are able to take away. Well, here comes Bremner trying to race, but she's not going to be able to get to that one before the keeper. A nice boot, but Collins is able to come away with it. Touch back to from Ingram to, that looks like Lapos. Near side's Bremner. Tries to touch, nice give and go, but Bremner's not going to be able to reach it before the defender. Bremner pressures, and that's going to be a throw-in for the Saints. Looks like Castleman had nowhere to go with that one and just booted it past the boundary, and the Saints are going to take it on the throw. Throw in towards Ingram. Ingram tried to throw the head back that put that one towards the goal. Burrell controls. Near side to Bremner. Bremner tries to get around the defender. Unable to do so. Now gets shoved off the ball, but that looks like it's going to be a throw-in in favor. Oh, it's going to go the other way to the Lancers. Throw in towards Marriott. Marriott got pressured by Bremner, so the Lancers will move up a few yards and throw in again. Battle with it with Burrell, and they're finally going to boot one to midfield, but no purple jerseys anywhere in the area, so the Saints are going to be able to collect and regroup. Kinsley Clough, middle of the field. Pushes it far side to Collins. Looking at about 5 minutes to go in the first half. Sends it up to Ingram. Ingram trying to get around the edge. Centering ball. Walsh is there. Walsh just can't get it, but able to put it. Oh, hits the outside post. Bremner sends a big left boot, scrambling all over the place. The Saints are all over the Lancers. Centering ball. Oliveto couldn't find any white jerseys. And again, the Lancers are able to survive and keep this one at 4-0. But less than 5 to go in the first half. Tails, a pair by Walsh and Oliveto, your goal scorers here today. Burrell tries to send him up to Bremner. Bremner gets around one defender. Nice centering ball to Oliveto. Oliveto pushes one forward. That's Dabus coming in, but again, Emily Mealing getting a workout in the goal area for the Loyalist Lancers. Midfield, Saints control. Near side to Burrell. Nice little touch in the Walsh. Tries to send Ingram in, and the Lancers just boot it past the boundary. Bremner's over there, but they're going to let someone else throw it. No, Bremner's going to go and take it. She's got Peck in front of her for the throw. A little soft throw, and Peck has it. Nice boot towards the middle. Dabus is there. Dabus, oh, just off the bar. They've probably had at least 3 bars today and a number of quality saves from Mealing. I'm sure the Loyalist Lancers happy it's just only 4-0 in this one. Bremner comes up and takes the ball away from the Lancer defender, forces it to kick it out, and that's going to be another throw in deep as we're getting late into the first half. The referee checks his watch. We'll keep an eye on him in the next few minutes. Shouldn't be too much added time. Far side, the big boot of Lapos. She was teeing one up, but thought better of it and played the control game. Olivito with some space. Calling forward is Peck. Just offside. Just got ahead of the Lancers defender and drew herself offside, so that'll be a free kick for the Lancers. They go back to Mealing as Peck chases, and she just boots it away to the midfield, headed back towards by Collins. It might have been a handball. No, Ingram's able to push it outside. Lapos trying to get around the defender. Centering ball. Ingram lets it go, but Walsh is there. Walsh sends one towards the goal. Now Bremner. Bremner short-sided herself, had nowhere to go with that one. Tries to send one towards the goal and hits the side of the net. So nearing the end of the first half. It's been all Saints so far. Addison Bremner again, near side. Tries to step around the bigger defender. Pushes up to Walsh. Walsh has Peck with her. Let's see if she sends her. I thought she could have sent her in there, but oh, there's Walsh all alone. The keeper's the last one to beat, and the keeper slides out to save the day temporarily. And finally, they get rid of it. A beautiful play again by Mealing. Walsh was almost in alone. Nice little back heel pass there from Denis Bertrand. This ball sent in. Peck and Walsh again. Big boot from way out of the net. Didn't get much on that one. That was Kate Peck. As Mealing just holds on to that one to catch her breath. And she boots it out. Nearing the end of the first half. We'll keep an eye on the referee at midfield as he checks his watch. And they go all the way back to Kinsley Clough. We're in the captain's armband. Near side, Bremner plays it right on the boundary line, skips past the defender, has Peck, oh, just behind Peck on the pass though. Nice footwork, but she sends it to Walsh. Walsh in towards Ingram, but right towards the keeper once again. We're in the final moments of the first half. Saints lead 4-0. Gabrielle Denis Bertrand for the Lancers on the far side. Saints control again. And there's the final whistle. The first half is complete. The St. Clair Saints have been dominant over the Loyalist Lancers. They lead 4-0. Goals by Tails in the 10th, Walsh in the 15th and 18th, Olivito in the 28th, and that's where we stand after one half. You're watching on We Digital. We're going to step away for a quick halftime break. Don't go far. We'll be back with second half action here at Acumen Stadium. Welcome back, everybody. We're live here at Acumen Stadium in the campus of St. Clair College. My name is Dan Dominguez. It's been all St. Clair Saints, and we're going to take a quick look at Scotty Fick. We didn't get a chance to look at her too much in the first half. So there's some of her numbers for the year. Been an outstanding season for Scotty Fick. 7-0-2 record. She didn't play in Game 1, but took over the starting job in Game 2 and has held it ever since. 9 games played, and you can see the .927 save percentage. That's good enough for second in the OCAA. The goals against average, .33, which is good enough for third. So an excellent record and just a great season for Scotty Fick, taking over as the starting keeper for Steve Vanini and the St. Clair Saints. So it's been all St. Clair, 4 goals, the 10th, 16th, 19th, and 28th minute. As we're getting ready for second half action, the Saints in all white, and we're underway here in the second half of OCAA Women's Playoff Soccer Round 1. The winner will move on to the quarterfinals. The other matchup, one of the other matchups in the playoffs, is just kicking off right around now, 6 o'clock. As here come the Saints again. Tails, the keeper having to come way out, and she's going to scoop that one up. We'll try and keep an eye out, maybe give you a halftime score of the Durham-Conestoga matchup. That's where the Saints will probably face. As the Saints are going to probably hang on to this one, it's safe to say. They're up 4-0. They'll play the Durham-Conestoga winner. As Tails coming in again, here comes again off her line is Mealing. And that match would take place Saturday right here at Acumen Stadium. And that'll be a quarterfinal matchup in the OCAA. So a busy day across the province in the first round of the playoffs, both men's and women's soccer. As this ball gets booted towards the Saints bench. And lots of playoff action. The women softball team up in Humber this weekend. And then, of course, the OCAA Men's Baseball Championship over at Lacoste Park. All those games will be brought to you by We Digital. As the Lancers are going to take control of this one on the far side. Some of the first half stats I was able to grab. 20 shots attempted from the Saints. Only 1 attempted by the Lancers. 10 saves from Mealing. No saves yet for Fick. Nothing came all the way to her. And 5 corner kicks in this one, all of them by the St. Clair Saints in the first half. So a dominant performance, and that was the word that Coach Vanini used before the game, what he expected from his team coming into this one. So Kersey has possession near side. She got Tails with her. Trying to get around the defender. Steps through. Has some space. Crossing ball. Oh, Oliveto just kicks it up and over everything through the uprights. And it's going to be a goal kick. So Oliveto just got underneath that one. Unable to make it 5 for the Saints. And the clock is back here at Acumen Stadium as they brought in their tech support. So we're in the 48th minute. And again, it's been all Saints here at Acumen Stadium. Looks like most of the starters are back in for the Saints. I see Tails and Walsh, Jazz, some of the other ones. I'm sure at some point Coach Vanini is going to get some of those players off their feet here, as round 2, the quarterfinals of the playoffs, is only 3 days away. Want to avoid any potential injuries and or yellow or reds that could somehow happen. So, and it also gets some experience for some of those players who don't get some minutes for the team. Here come the Saints on the far side. That looks like Liberty. Big boot towards the net. Kicked away by the Lancers. And the Lancers are able to clear it for the time being, but the Saints control at midfield. And that's Dahl. Dahl to Oliveto, tries to send Kersey. Kersey sprinting for it. She should be able to reach it. Oh, just right at the boundary line, and it just goes over. Kersey let that ball cross over. Looked like she slowed up there for a moment. That'll be another goal kick for Mealing. So throw in on the far side for Loyalist. They throw it to the middle. That's Denis Bertrand. And immediately taken away by the Saints as Dahl has it, as Kinsley Clough sent it over to her. Dahl dribbles up herself and finally gives it up to Kersey. Kersey tries to muscle around. Both players go down, and the Lancers come away. And that'll be a throw in deep in the back third for the Lancers. So give me another throw in deep for Loyalist. That looks like Aiden Murphy with the throw. This ball gets sent towards the middle, headed away by Jazz, but right to a Lancer midfielder. Burrell steps up to control. Tries to send the player up. That looks like Liberty. Liberty gets pushed off the ball, but still controls. Oh, Walsh has it slide off her foot. Left boot towards Kersey. Olivito sends it right back in, headed towards the goal. Off the post again, Lily Jazz. That's 4 posts now for the Saints. Here come the Saints again. Tails looks to be onside. Steps around. Oh, an easy goal. Back of the net. Natalie Kersey with an easy one in the 51st minute. And this one is 5-0. So Kersey gets a little easy one. The assist from Tails looked to have tapped it over to her. And no chance for the keeper, Emily Mealing. And this one is now 5-0. The Saints have been all over Loyalists from the first minute of this one. Goals in the 10th, 16th, 19th, 28th, and now the 51st minute. And here comes Kersey again. Dahl sends it over to Kinsley Clough. And now Burrell on the far side. Lapos. The Saints passing has been crisp. This ball sent up. Here comes Kersey. She's got Tails with her in the middle. Sends it towards Tails. Almost through the 5-hole of the keeper, but she's able to fall on top of that one. Emily Mealing again. Mealing doing her best out there. 10 saves. She's let 5 get past her, but hasn't had a whole lot of support from her back line. Here come the Saints again. Liberty up to Walsh. And that one, the offside flag is up, as the Saints are just ahead of that one. "23 shots taken by the Saints, only 1 taken by the Lancers. During the season, St. Clair was averaging about 20 shots per game, 20.1. Loyalist was averaging 8.4 shots, but it's unlikely they're going to hit that total. And it looks like we're going to have wholesale changes coming on the next whistle for Loyalist. Here comes Allie Tails again. Tails tries to get through the keeper. Mealing's able to slide into Tails. Tails looks okay as she went down hard on the turf. Here comes Dahl. Dahl sends it into Tails. One-timer towards the goal, right into the arms of Emily Mealing again. Mealing getting all sorts of camera time here in this one. Jazz is able to steal, and here comes the Saints, so they push it towards Liberty again. Keeps it in from the boundary. She got Walsh with her, but defended nicely on the far side by the Lancers, but a foul called, pushed off the ball was Liberty. And now we have 4 substitutes coming on for the Lancers. So all sorts of bodies coming on and off. I see Murphy coming off. We'll try and get some of the numbers as we see them. So 4 on and 4 off for Loyalist. So 13 on the pitch, Shaylin McNutt. She did start the match, so she's back in the match now. Free kick into Burrell centering ball. That's brought all the way back. That's 15. Keller racing towards it. She's back in the match again for the Lancers. Kersey trying to get the ball up ahead. She has Tails. Tails almost pushes it through the keeper. Nice play by Tails to kind of let up there. She would have probably maybe earned herself a card if she took that right boot and sent it into Mealing. Here comes Kersey again. Kersey's got Walsh up on the left side, just staying on side. Centering ball, and another post! That's number 5. Walsh gets the left boot on it. 5 posts for the Saints today. Lapos far side. Sending it again, and this one's just going to trickle into the keeper, and she's going to grab that one and maybe catch her breath. Emily Mealing deserves a bit of a break here, as she just punts this one to midfield. Goes over the head of Keller. Lapos sends it in, but here come the Lancers. They try and send one towards, but Kinsley Clough's going to push it outside. Not too often the Saints have been in their back third. There's Gabrielle Kinsley, or Denis Bertrand. And Olivito's just going to boot that one away. But the Lancers still control. Olivito just muscles her off the ball and is able to clear it out to Kersey. And here come the Saints midfield. Sends a long ball in. Keeper's going to come well off her line to come grab that one. And Emily Mealing, again, just boots it away to midfield. Denis Bertrand sends it up to Weingarten. But Burrell's in there, and Burrell's able to send it up to Vicky Walsh. Vicky Walsh to Tails. Tails tries to muscle her way through, but defended nicely by 22, Adriana Miracle. Walsh controls right near the corner flag. She's going to send the right boot in towards Tails. Tails just sails over her head. And that one's going to stop right on the boundary line. And it looks like Tails is just going to take it away from the defender. There's a ball sent towards Kersey. Kersey just over the bar. A nice entry pass by Olivito. And that's going to be another corner for the Saints. We're in the 58th minute. Saints lead 5-0. Lapos just goes short. Lapos sends the left boot in. Headed towards the goal. Tails is there, but Mealing there quicker and is able to quickly grab it. It looks like there's a substitute on the far side. That looks like Lily Collins coming back in. And that's Leah Burrell is going to take a rest. Leah Burrell, no goals this year. Had one last year, 5'7" defender. Third-year player out of Brennan. Sent near side. Pushed off the ball is Kersey. And Kersey just pushes the Loyalist player, and that earns a throw-in on the near side. McNutt kind of gave Kersey a shove, so Kersey returned the favor and was able to win the throw-in. Lapo sends it far side. Liberty tries to get around the edge, just pushes it out a little bit too far. Crosses the goal line, and that's going to be a goal kick for Mealing. This one's going to go all the way back to Collins. Collins back to regroup. 26 shots attempted by the Saints. Only one, that was early on from Loyalist. It's been all St. Clair from the get-go. 5 posts hit from St. Clair. Collins looking for some help. She's going to go all the way back to Fick. There's Scotty Fick. Now she pushes outside. That's going to be close to the boundary line. Can't quite get it in time was Kersey, so that's going to be a throw-in for the Lancers. Expect to see Fick and a number of other Saints players on the All-Star list when it comes out. Vicky Walsh, and among others, having excellent seasons for the 7-0-3 Saints. This ball gets pushed up. Nice little touch pass, just a little bit ahead. Tails tried to touch it to the outside to Kersey. Kersey just got caught flat-footed. And that looks like Bremner coming back in as Liberty heads to the sidelines. So a substitution for Coach Vanini as the young Bremner comes back into the match. So a throw in right in front of us here. Taken off the ball quickly by Dahl. That sails over everyone as Tails tries to run past the defender. Defended nicely by McNutt. But she's forced to kick the ball past the boundary, and the Saints are going to be able to throw that one in. Dahl looking for somewhere to go with it. Heads it towards Tails. And there's a foul against the Saints. Looks like Lily Jazz gave a little shove on that one to try and get in front of the Lancers player. But the official blows that one dead. So we're through an hour here at Acumen Stadium. Another half hour remaining. Saints lead 5-0. This one gets sent deep ahead. That was Keller. Keller loses it, and Oliveto takes over. Sends one off a Loyalist player, right to Walsh. Lapos tries to send Walsh in. Walsh sprinting in, trying to get around the defender. Oh, just tried to set it up for herself, unable to get to it. Mealing doing a good job coming off her line to put the pressure onto Walsh. And it stays a 5-goal game. Big boot by Mealing to midfield. Collins heads it away. Lancers come away with it. Nice pass up by Denis Bertrand. Tries to send it up to Keller. And that'll be a throw-in for Loyalists as they're trying to work their way down the pitch. Still looking for their first shot on goal. Far side, that's Denis Bertrand. 2 goals on the season for her this season. She's out of Aylmer. Far side, sprinting by the defender. That's Walsh. Walsh puts a left boot. She has Tails there, just past the far post. Almost catches the far side and just a little bit ahead of Allie Tails. As you're seeing the speed of Walsh and Tails and Kersey as well when she gets the opportunity. Just head and shoulders above this Lancers defensive line. So a throw in front of the Saints bench. That one looked like it might have been a handball on Collins. Looks like they might have missed that one, but that's going to go towards the Saints. Long throw in from Collins. Tried to get it over the head towards Walsh. And that's going to be another throw in as Walsh tries to get it in quickly. Walsh throws it to Tails. Rolls up the shoulder at Tails. And here comes Lapos with the big boot. She takes most of their corners, so she's got the strong right boot. Nice step through by Oliveto. Centering ball, but nobody there for the Saints. Nice footwork by Oliveto on that one. Oliveto had 3 goals on the season. 5-3 out of Windsor. Third-year player out of Holy Names. A really strong player in the middle of the field for Coach Vanini. As we talked about in the first half, always just a nose for the ball. Always finding a way to intercept those entry passes. There's another one there, Dahl. Another player that can do the same. Kersey on the outside, centering ball outside. The flag is up. That's an offside. Looks like Walsh got ahead of the action. As Mealing looks like she's starting to feel it now. 65 minutes of just nonstop pressure, it's felt like, against her. She's done an outstanding job. 27 shots attempted by the Saints. Mealing's made 15 saves. She's let 5 get by her. And they go all the way back. Backspin. Pass out by Mealing. Oliveto gets knocked down to the turf, and they're going to win the throw. Looks like Oliveto looking for a foul called, but the ball goes past the boundary, so the Saints will still possess. They throw it into traffic. Jazz comes away. Jazz looking for somewhere to go and finds Collins on the far side. Nice push forward by Collins. Bremner, oh, a beautiful give and go. Let's see if Bremner can catch up. So Walsh and Bremner working nice. Oh, well, Bremner just gets shoved down to the turf. Addison Bremner, the 5-footer, just got shoved from behind. And the foul call is made, and the Saints are going to have a good spot here. Basically the equivalent of almost a corner kick, just a better angle. Collins comes over to get involved. Looks like she wants to take this away from Lapos. They just give it up. Oh, nice through the legs by Lapos, and they're just going to boot that one away. So Collins came up to try and touch it, but kind of pushed it a little bit too far for Lapos. Probably not the entry the Saints were looking for on that one. Lancers just clear away. This one's back to midfield. Kinsley Clough pushes over to Dahl. Kersey controls. Kersey tries to send a little spinner in there to Jazz, and Jazz comes away. And now Tails looking for a centering ball. Oh, it just chips it off the side of her foot, missing everybody. And that's another goal kick. Substitution midfield for the Lancers. That looks like Ava Anderson going off. And that looks like Kaylee Weingarten, one of their top goal scorers, coming on. This one's back in play. That's Hazelwood near side. Weingarten now trying to push her way up. She's got Reed with her. Weingarten gets taken down by Oliveto, so nice field position here for the Lancers. So trying to get some pressure on Scotty Fick. As you see Natalie Kersey placing herself right in front of the ball to slow things down, waiting for the referee to reposition her 10 yards away. So a heads-up play from Kersey to slow down the rush here as Hazelwood gets ready to put this one back in. Hazelwood, big boot towards Fick. Fick's able to catch that one. Wouldn't have been on goal anyway, but Fick still came out of off her line to catch that one with ease. And really the first time Fick's had the ball in her hands today. So officially put down as a save. So Scotty Fick, her first save of this match. Kersey loses it near side. We're in the 68th minute. More substitutions coming on for the Saints. Let's see who's coming off. Looks like Jessica Dahl and Lily Jazz making their way off the pitch. Well, Dahl's going to stay. Looks like Allie Tails is just coming off on the near side. Ingram's the first player on for the Saints. As the throw-in comes in for St. Clair, Oliveto pushes it over as Ingram tries to get that one. Here comes Walsh. Walsh just shoves the player off. One-on-one, just her and the goalie. Short side. Oh, another goal by Vicky Walsh. Walsh looked like she faked to the shot to the far side, and the goalie was leaning far side, and she just goes short side over the left shoulder. And in the 69th minute, that's the hat-trick goal for Vicky Walsh. The last thing a keeper wants to see is Vicky Walsh one-on-one coming in on you all alone. And Walsh has her way with her, and it's 6-0 St. Clair. Walsh pressuring again. I'm sure we won't see a whole lot more of Vicky Walsh in this one, with this one well in hand. Dabus was the new player coming in for the Saints on the last change. Bremner throws in the Walsh. Lapo's looking to step into one. Olivito almost gets it taken away from her. And here comes the Lancers. That's Reed. Reed 1-on-2. Kinsley Clough steps up quickly to stop that rush. Tries to send Walsh up the middle. That was Lapos trying to push that pass forward. Outside, she keeps this one in. She does. 1-on-1 on the outside. We'll see the speed of Walsh. She just goes right through the defender. Here comes Vicky again. Centering ball to Ingram. Dabus with the boot just over everything. Had kind of reached for that shot. A nice setup pass by Cadence Ingram, sorry. But Dabus pushed it over the goal. Ingram's a second-year player out of St. Joe's. As Fick comes well out of her goal to get to play that one. She hasn't had much work here today. We're about 20 minutes to go in this one. The Saints look to be moving on to for a quarterfinal matchup. Saturday afternoon. Here comes Ingram again. A little push towards the goal. Vicky Walsh puts it in the short side. A beautiful pass from the Saints, and Vicky Walsh in the 71st minute now scores her 4th goal of the game.
St. Clair goal, scored by number 7, Victoria Walsh.
So a nice play there by Ingram, pushing that ball forward. And the extra point is good, as this one is now a 7-0 game. Another substitution. That looks like that will be the end of the night for Vicky Walsh. Another outstanding game for one of the top players in the OCAA. 9 goals during the regular season, 4 here in the playoffs already. As Coach Vanini would let her rest the rest of this one as they look to be moving on to the quarterfinals. Lapos controls midfield. 30 shots now attempted from the Saints. This one's booted up as Kersey looks to chase this one down. She's not going to be able to catch up to it. And that'll be a throw-in for the Lancers.
We have a shirt for you. We'll get you a bigger size after. We'll get you a bigger size after, but that's just like a game green t-shirt. Doesn't matter. But it's a medium.
Dahl now steps through a couple defenders and has some space. Has Candace Ingram up there. Ingram tries to step by. Centering ball from Ingram, side of the bar. Unable to get the angle. And there's Emily Mealing, just a busy day for her. 11 saves. Left out on an island there once in a while by her defenders. Oh, Olivito's going to catch a foul there. Clutching and grabbing. We do have a substitution far side. Let's see who's coming off the pitch here. Now it's Jessica Dahl. Looks like it'd be her turn to come off the pitch. Let's see if that's McKenna Comartin coming in. I can't see the number. Not a lot of minutes if it is Comartin. Even didn't dress early on. If it is Comartin, she's a first-year player out of Assumption. As that pass is sent in, intercepted by Olivito. And here comes Kersey around the right side. She's going to try and send one far side. Oh, Peck was there, just a little out in front of her. Peck's able to control. Bremner with the left boot, and that's misses wide. Kersey probably should have shot that one a little bit sooner. Instead, tried to go far side to Peck. And that's going to lead to another goal kick. And there's Peck on the far side. Saints have it all the way back midfield. And there's McKenna Comartin into the match for the first time today. Entry pass into Ingram, around to Kersey. Kersey looking for a centering ball, still has control. In towards Ingram, and that one's kicked away. That one looks like it's going to reach the sideline, and it does. So that's going to be a throw-in. Quick throw in to Ingram. That one's near the boundary line. Flag goes up. So that'll be a throw-in for the Lancers. Lancers try and step around. That looked like it might have crossed the line. They let play on. Oliveto gets it back to Kinsley Clough. In the middle of the Peck. Peck tries to send Bremner in wide, but the defender's going to reach first and just kicked away. You want to do men soon? Battle in the middle. Lancers come away. And they hit it up, but it looks like Collins is able to be there to intercept. Peck in the middle of the pitch. Finally sends it wide. And Lapos now controls midfield. Coming right through the Saints logo. Saints lead this one 7-0. Round one of the playoffs. Saints going to be moving on to the quarterfinals. Collins looking to push this one in. He's got Bremner. Bremner was flat-footed on that one, so unable to catch up to that entry pass. And that one goes past the boundary line. As we'll wait for the throw in on the far side from Bremner. Left boot towards the middle. Kersey's there. Kersey puts the left boot on it right into the midsection of the keeper. Another save from Emily Mealing. Mealing kicks that one to midfield, but taken all the way immediately is Oliveto. Little entry to Ingram. Ingram's got some room as she goes forward. That one gets deflected. Back to Oliveto. Here comes Ingram again. Oliveto again, trying to send what Ingram calling for it. That one's in. Dabus has it. Dabus sends a one-hopper into the keeper. And Mealing is there again. 32 shots attempted by the Saints. 13 saves from Mealing. That one gets headed away by Oliveto. And here comes Denis Bertrand. She tries to get through three defenders. Near side, that's Reed. Lauren Reed. Trying to get around Kinsley Clough. Burns, this time intercepted by the Saints. That looks like Sierra Lapos. Tries to send Ingram in. And then Peck pushes it forward. And the Lancers are going to go back and retrieve that one. Far side, just past the boundary line. That's going to be a throw in. And then we're going to have substitutions come on. And then don't forget, coming up, we have more playoff action coming. Right after this one, about 20 minutes after, the OCAA men's soccer playoffs. As the Cambrian Shield, they're going to take on the St. Clair Saints. The Saints are the 3 seed, Cambrian's the 6. Should be a good matchup coming up again, about 20 minutes after this one is complete, right here at Acumen Stadium. So new goalie coming on. So look at the hugs they're giving over to Emily Mealing. The whole team came off the bench to support that keeper. Pretty much left out on an island there today as the Saints were all over her as they substitute for Emily Mealing with just about 10 minutes to go. So I didn't quite see a number of the new keeper. They had about 5 keepers on the roster. More than likely, that's Tressa Whitney, I would guess. If it is, she's 5'6" out of Belleville, St. Teresa. Liberty tries to send Peck in. Right boot in, and a save right off the bat from Whitney. We're going to call it Whitney until we're told otherwise. She's been the other goalie that's played most of the minutes in this one. Ingram has it. Pushes it outside towards Bremner. And Bremner tries to chase it to the line, centering ball. And that's kicked away. And that looks like it's going to cross the boundary line. It does for a throw-in as the St. Clair Saints men's team are just taking the pitch, getting ready for their warm-ups here as they walk by the stadium grandstands. An excellent first year from head coach Gianni Ferri, leading his team to a 5-3-2 record in a 3 seed. He'll have a big first-round playoff matchup coming up here shortly. As this one's about 10 minutes away from being over, the Saints lead by a touchdown. As that one crosses the boundary line, another throw in from Loyallist. Oliveto, nice footwork, dances through a couple of defenders, but finally taken off her foot. Sends it up towards Reed. Reed pushes it outside, but no blue shirts, purple shirts in the area. Near side. There's the first action we've seen on the near side from Comartin. Comartin pushes it back towards the back line to Kinsley Clough. Far side's Burrell. Burrell tries to push it up, but no Saints in the area, and that's going to trickle all the way past the goal line. And another corner kick. So it looked like the keeper had, I think it said 28 on the back of her jersey. I couldn't quite see. But again, until we're told otherwise, we're going to assume that's Tressa Whitney. Well, just Tessa Whitney. Looking at, there's a misspelling on the roster sheet. So just Tessa Whitney. Stolen away by Comartin. Comartin tries to send it in to Dabus, but no Saints were running. Liberty was in the area, and that's going to head towards the corner. That's going to be a throw-in deep in the Loyalist territory. Let's see if they just throw it in short here quickly. That's Kate Peck getting ready for the throw. Peck, Oxford High School. Nice long ball in towards Ingram. And the Lancers able to clear at the left boot, but Comartin's there to intercept. Gets it up to Peck. Right boot into Liberty. Liberty looking for a centering ball. And the big right boot. Oh, what a save on the far side. Bremner thought she had her first collegiate goal. And Whitney flies across the goal mouth to save that one. Tess Whitney with a beautiful save. Here come the Saints again. And there's Bremner. Bremner almost had that first OCAA goal. They push it over to Oliveto. Oliveto comes out the middle. Ingram calls for it. Oh, Ingram almost got through the defense. As Oliveto looks to be running out of some gas on the midfield. She's been out there most of this match. Bremner steps past the defender. Sends it up to Ingram. A touchback shot towards the net. Just over the bar. And that'll be a goal kick. That was Dabus coming in after a nice little touch from Ingram. So a goal kick as Whitney gets ready to put this one back into play. Low line drive into Gabrielle Denis-Bertrand. Ingram in the area. She has on her left boot. Ingram scores! 85th minute. Cadence Ingram with their first goal of the year. It's a playoff goal. And the Saints lead this one 8-0. Cadence Ingram's been sniffing around the goal mouth quite a bit today and finally gets her opportunity and gets a playoff goal here for the Saints late in this one with about 5 minutes to go. This one just can't be handled by the Saints as it's pushed out by McNutt. So it's been all Saints. The Saints have been obviously head and shoulders above this team, but hats off to the goalkeeper of this one. Both keepers have been excellent for the Loyalist Lancers, but especially Emily Mealing. And now Tess Whitney in relief of her. It's been an onslaught from the Saints here today. And they've been able to hold that last line of defense as long as they could, but the dam is broken. Here comes Ingram again. Ingram centering ball, oh, just past the outstretched boot of Dabus. And that gets pushed past the boundary. And then although she hasn't been busy today, Scotty Fick, always a stalwart on the back line for the Saints. We showed those stats of Fick earlier on. Top 5 in goals against, save percentage. Hasn't lost this year. 7-0-2 record for Scotty Fick when she's the keeper. Here comes a big boot. That one just gets through the fingers and a goal. Another one, Olivito in the 86th minute. Olivito, her second of the game. Olivito just stepped into that one and got it just over the fingers of the keeper. Whitney couldn't keep that one in front of her. And it is now 9-0. The Saints looking obviously to keep this clean sheet for Fick. It shouldn't be a problem. Fick already with 6 shutouts this season in her 9 games played. And then we'll just have to see who their matchup is going to be, as here come the Saints again. So the Saints possess far side as we're approaching the final minutes of this one. Another nice pass. That's Dabus coming in. Right boot. Oh, nice save. Just over. Gets her gloves on it. Just pushes it over. Maddie Dabus comes flying in to try and get it to double digits. Unable to do so. Again, the Saints are going to play the winner of the Durham-Conestoga matchup. And we'll have to keep an eye on that score. As the Saints set up for a corner kick. This one sent towards the goal high. Ingram tries to head it in. There's a scramble at the goal mouth. Ingram was there. And finally cleared away by the Lancers. Taking a quick look at that out-of-town score. It looks like Conestoga and Durham are tied at 0 as they're nearing the end of the first half. So still not sure who the Saints will be facing on Saturday. Centering ball, keeper's got to come out, and that one's going to go through in double digits for the Saints. Maddie Dabus has been near the goal all game long, and in the 89th minute, Maddie Dabus gets the 10th for the Saints. Yeah. So 0-0 again in the 40th minute of that one. And the Saints will face that Durham-Conestoga winner here. I think it's going to be a 2 o'clock match here at Acumen. The official time hasn't been announced yet. As always, we'll have all the action of the Saints playoff run here for both the men and the women at home. The Saints lead 10-0 here as we're in the final minute or so of this one. It's been all St. Clair, 39 shots, 2 attempted by Loyalist, 16 saves by the Lancers keepers. Only 1 had to be made by Fick. And honestly, that wasn't even going to be on the net. Here's Comartin, sends a ball in. Here comes Lily Collins. Lily Collins sends one, unable to put it on the far side. So Dabus does get official credit to that one. Only about 30 seconds ago. There shouldn't be any added time in this one. They should just kind of end it at the 90, hopefully. Comartin near side to Liberty. Liberty sends one in. Here comes Dabus again. The flag is up. Offside. And this looks like to be the final attempt for the Saints as we're about to hit the 90th minute being played. So we're at 90 minutes now. We're waiting to put this one back in play. Once they put it back in play, the referee is going to probably end this one. Waiting for the keeper, Whitney, to put it back in. And immediately the final whistle blows, and it's all over. The St. Clair Saints dominate the Loyalist Lancers 10-0. On behalf of everyone here at We Digital, my name is Dan Dominguez. Thanks for joining us here for round one of the playoffs. Again, in about 20 minutes, we'll have the men's game as Cambrian is in town to take on the Saints. We'll see you in about 20 minutes for that game. Thank you.